You're about to watch an excerpt from a longer presentation. So now go watch a short clip. We will then cut them from the longer presentation for make it maybe easy.
The plebiscite, as you know, was a vote that took place in Ambazonia. Ambazonia is a territory that was renamed by the Cameroon state as West Cameroon. We, the people of Ambazonia, exercising our right of self-determination, we have renamed our territory as Ambazonia, an indigenous name that reflects the honor, dignity, and right of our people to designate a name for their territory. So Ambazonia, as you know, took part in this plebiscite. The plebiscite is not a binding vote. The plebiscite was not a referendum. The plebiscite that was conducted on this day, 11th of February, by the United Nations, sponsored by the United Nations, was a vote for a federal union, as you can see in the description of this gadget that was published by the United Nations. So there is a document in the United Nations that defines what our people were voting for on the 11th of February. It was for a federal union with La République du Cameroun. That document is called the Two Alternatives. The United Nations sponsored, conducted this process, and the campaign was clear. For the option of Cameroon, it was to form a union of a federal state of two equal status. And that federal state was established against the will of the Ambazonian people that was expressed in the Manfé Conference. Our people had expressly determined the outlook of their territory as required by international law for a choice of independence. The plebiscite itself was illegal and undermined Ambazonian rights to independence as guaranteed by the Charter of the United Nations and the League of Nations that designated trusteeship territories to be raised onto a point where they can achieve two things: self-governance and independence. The plebiscite did not include independence as an option, and as such, it was illegal, it was unlawful, it undermines the rights and entitlement of the people of our territory and was unjust. Despite the fact that it was unjust, and the result was adopted by the United Nations General Assembly, the union that was formed with Cameroon was void of the international instrument that was put in this document. That union was formed in the Fumban, so-called Fumban Conference, that the Cameroon government imposed a federal constitution. This federal constitution that formed the Cameroon, this is the constitution as I'll read to you. First of all, I want to remind you that the Two Alternatives, the document of the United Nations that organized the plebiscite election for a federal union between both Cameroon, was also published by the government of Southern Cameroon, as it was called then, in its Gazette number 4, volume 7 of the 27th of January 1961, stating that the intention of the plebiscite was to consult for a choice of a federation with La République du Cameroun as two equal states. So the intention of that campaign was clear. The ensuing union that was imposed by Cameroon with the Fumban constitution reads as follows. Article 1 of that constitution, which you can see on my screen, says that the Federal Republic of Cameroon is formed on the 1st of October 1961 of the territory of the Republic of Cameroon, that is the French Cameroon, henceforth will be called East Cameroon, and the territory of the Southern Cameroon will henceforth be called West Cameroon. So this document, the constitution that was formed after the Fumban Conference that was imposed on Ambazonia, clearly stated that it is a union of two states: the Southern Cameroon, that is Ambazonia, and the Republic of Cameroon, that is the Republic of Cameroon. In Article 47 of that same Article 1, in Chapter 47 of that same Article 1, it states, I read, any proposal for the revision of the present constitution which impairs the unity and integrity of the federation shall be inadmissible. It means that any amendment that will affect the federal structure of that union that was imposed, as bad as it was, will be inadmissible. That means it will be illegal. This means that the Cameroon change of the form of state from a federal state to a unitary state was a violation of their imposed federal constitution and is not admissible. So for all intention and purpose, the Ambazonian people have been wronged by the state of Cameroon and the international community. Our cause is just. As Cameroon have renamed the Plebiscite Day, a youth day, to mock our youths and our statehood, we call on the international community and the state of Cameroon to recognize this historic wrong and the right of our people to self-determination. President Paul Biya of Cameroon should do the right thing, which we are not sure he is capable of, and stop the genocidal war in our territory and the butcher of our people. We will not fight, we will not stop, we will not purse, we will not bow to Cameroon. We will not accept this illegality that is being forced upon us with a subjugation war from the state of Cameroon. It is freedom or death. We will not surrender like the Cameroon Liberation Movement led by Ernest Nwani, who fought for 10 years and was decapitated and his people ran into Cameroon's arm. We are of the never again generation, and we will fight for our justice and rights for our people until we attain and effectuate what is entitled to our people by international law and on any standard. We deserve better, and we will have no rest until this goal is accomplished. For our people, from time to time, we will demand a stay-home order. There is no war that is won without any price. Freedom has a price, and we must be ready to shoulder that price and to carry that price until we become an independent state. So when we ask for lockdown, our people should stay at home, knowing very well that since the beginning of this war, there are Ambazonians who sit in solitary confinement in the Kondengi prison for 5 years who have no comfort. The people should know that there are youths that have paid the ultimate price for their freedom. So asking people to stay at home should be something that they should welcome as their own small price for this freedom that we fight for. We have also banned the exploitation of CDC. We regret the death of human life in the incident that took place on the 10th of February against CDC workers. But anybody who works in the CDC, despite the ban for purpose of securing the victory and livelihood of 8 million Ambazonians, have themselves to be blamed. No Ambazonian should go and work for CDC, knowing very well that when you work for that CDC, they don't even pay you anything that is worth. You are better off doing your subsistence agriculture and doing your export through Nigeria or Biafra. Working for CDC enables Cameroon to be able to raise funds in the IMF and the international community to buy weapons to kill our people. CDC is banned, and everybody should respect this order. Ambazonian forces should enforce this order with proportional force and maintain human dignity with our people. Lockdown goes down must be respected by our people as a means to effectively secure victory, freedom, and independence for them. We must make the land ungovernable for Cameroon. We must make sure that all those who enable Cameroon occupation in Ambazonia should do so with consequences. We have ordered our forces and all Ambazonian forces to destroy the critical infrastructure of all companies or every infrastructure that export goods for Cameroon. The international community will enjoy no trade on our resources with Cameroon so long as we live. We are working very hard with our Biafran's counterpart to develop a drone system that can be suitable to our terrain, to be able to knock out Cameroon offshore drilling posts and to knock out critical infrastructure that supports the Cameroon military operation in Ambazonia. We will escalate. We have promised an escalation of IED attacks against the occupation forces. They have seen it. Our population have stayed at home to demonstrate that they are for independence and separation. We will continue to resist even for 1,000 years. No human being, not the French, not the Americans, not the Ukrainian, will allow any foreign country, for the sake of so-called history of former British, German Cameroon, to occupy their land, to undermine their sovereignty and territorial integrity, and to dismiss their identity as a people who do not exist. We exist and we are here to stay. Thank you all.